what is simple and compound interest? Simple interest is the amount of money charged by multiplying the principal amount with the rate of interest and time it has been charged. The formula of simple interest is I is equal to P times R times T, or I is equal to PRT, which I stands for interest, P stands for principal, R stands for rate of interest, T stands for time, which talks about days, months, or years. In simple interest, we have the maturity value. To get the maturity value, we just simply add the principal amount and the interest amount. So the formula of this is A is equal to P plus I, or A is equal to P plus PRT. So to further understand what is simple interest, let us check the example number 1. Example number 1, Rachel borrowed 120,000 from Noel. If Rachel agreed to pay an 8% annual interest rate, calculate the amount of interest she must pay if the loan period is 1 year. So, yung hahanapin natin dito is the interest that Rachel must pay after 1 year. So, we will just use the I is equal to P times R times T, which is I is the unknown, and then the P principal amount is 120,000, and then the rate is 8%. To get the 0.08, just divide 8 to 100. You will get the 0.08 times 12 divided by 12, because 12 is, in 1 year we have 12 months, or just simply put the 1, and then I is equal to 120,000 times 0.08 times 1, because then I is equal to 120,000 times 0.08, because 0.08 times 1 equals to 0.08. 120,000 times 0.08 is equal to 9,600. And then in example number 2, Dixie borrowed 5,000 with an interest rate of 10%. What is the simple interest after 8 months? And what is the maturity amount after 8 months? So in this example, we will find the simple interest as well as the maturity amount. So first, we will just use the simple interest formula. I is equal to P times R times T, which is P is equals to 5,000 times 0.01. The rate is 10%. 10 divided by 100 equals to 0.010 times 8, because it says after 8 months. So 8. 5,000 times 0.08 is equal to 4,000 is the simple interest after 8 months. To find the maturity amount, we just add the principal amount and the interest amount. So A is equal to 5,000. The principal amount is 5,000 plus interest amount is 4,000. So we will get the 9,000, the maturity amount after 8 months. Next is, what is compound interest? Compound interest is the addition of interest to the principal sum of loan or deposit, or in other words, interest on interest. It is a result of reinvesting interest rather than paying it out, so that the interest in the next period is then earned on the principal sum plus previously accumulated interest. So what is the formula of compound interest? A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N raised to the power of N times T. So A is equal to final amount or accrued amount, P is the principal amount, R is equal to the rate of interest, and then N is the number of times interest applied for per time period, then T is number of time periods elapsed, or it talks about years, months, or days. Then to fully understand what is compound interest, let's try the example number 3. So example number 3, Justy wants to have 2 million for retirement in 45 years. He invests in a mutual fund paying an average of 9.5% each year compounded quarterly. How much should he deposit into his mutual fund? So the accrued amount here is the 2 million, and the principal amount is the unknown, and then R is equal to 0.095, because 9.5% divided by 100, we will get the 0.095. Then N here is 4, because compounded quarterly. When we say compounded quarterly, in 1 year we have 4 quarters, so we just put it 4, and then t is time is 45, because it says here that the GST wants to have 2 million for retirement in 45 years. And then we just substitute a is equal to 2 million equals to p times 1 plus 0.095 divided by 4 times 4 raised to the power of 4 times 45. 4 times 45 equals to 180. So 2 million is equal to p times 1 plus 0.85 divided by 4 equals to raised to the power of 180. 0.095 divided by 4 is equals to 0.02375. 1 plus 0.02375 is equal to 1.02375 raised to the power of 180. So to get the 68.38, we just use in the scientific calculator 1.02375 raised to the power of 180, so we'll get the 68.38. To get the principal amount, we divide both in 68.38, so 2 million divided by 68.38 is equal to 29,248.32. So to get the interest and compound interest, we will just use the I is equal to A minus P. So as you observe, in simple interest, to get the maturity amount, we will just add the principal amount and the interest amount. So in compound interest, to get the interest, we just subtract the accrued amount and the principal amount. So 2 million is the accrued amount, subtract 2 principal amount, which is 29,248.32, is equal to 1,970,751.68. And in example number 4, J puts 20,000 in savings account, paying 8% annual interest compounded monthly. At this rate, how much money will be in the account after 10 years? So the principal amount here is 20,000. The rate is 8%, which is 0.08, and then time is 10 years, and then n is equal to 12, and then the unknown here is a. So the substitute a is equal to 20,000 times 1 plus 0.08, 8 divided by 100 equals to 0.08 divided by 12 raised to the power of 12 times 12. 12 times 10 is equals to 120. Then 20,000 times 1 plus 0.00667, because 0.08 divided by 12, you will get the 0.006667 raised to the power of 120. And then a is equal to 20,000 times 1.006667, because 1 plus 0.006667 equals to 1.006667 raised to the power of 120. A is equal to 20,000 times 2.219728, because 1.00667 raised to the power of 120 is equals to 2.219728. And then 20,000 times 2.219728 is equal to 44,394.56. To get the interest, we just use the I is equal to A minus P, which is I is equal to, the accrued amount is 44,394.56. Then the principal amount here is 20,000. So 44,394.56 minus 20,000 equals 24,394.56. For the last example, we have the example number 5. The initial deposit of 100,000 is made into a savings account that compound 5% interest annually. How much is in the account after 5 years? So after 5 years, how much money will be in the account? So P is equal to 100,000. R equals to 0.05. 5% divided by 100 equals to 0.05. And then N is equal to 1. Because it compounds 5% interest annually. So annually, it talks about 1 year. And then A is the unknown. A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N raised to the power of T times N. A is equal to 100,000 times 1 plus 0.05 divided by 1. R raised to the power of 1 times 5. 1 times 5 equals 5. So A is equal to 100,000 times 1 plus 0.05 divided by 1 raised to the power of 5. So 0.05 divided by 1 is equals to 0.05 plus 1 equals to 1.05. So 100,000 times 1.05 raised to the power of 5. So A is equal to 100,000 times 1.28 because 1.05 raised to the power of 5 is 1.28. 100,000 times 1.20 is equal to 128,000. I hope you understand what I have tackled about today. Thank you and God bless.